Hi everyone, Jen Roque here at stampcampwithjen.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching this on my blog, be sure to sign up for my newsletter. All my newsletter subscribers get new information before anybody else. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, be sure to like and follow me and click that bell so you never miss a video. On my YouTube channel, if you look at the description below, you'll be able to click on the link back to my blog that has all of the measurements and the supplies for today's list, or for today's project, excuse me. And you will also see the full supply list in the description below on my YouTube channel. Before we get started, I want to share a few things that are currently going on with me and Stampin' Up! Today we're going to be using the Hand Pen Designer Series paper, and this is part of a paper sale promotion that's going on through August 2nd. There are 9 different Designer Series papers that are on sale for 15% off through August 2nd. So if there are any papers that you really like or that you really want to add more to your craft room, please purchase them through me at stampinup.com. Jennifer Roque is my name, and if you make a $50 purchase in July and use my host code, you get this black organdy ribbon for your free gift, okay? All right, and then a few other things I have going on. My paper shares are on my website, stampcampwithjen.com, so take a look at that. I have 3 different options. I have a paper option, a ribbon option, and then a deluxe option, which is both the paper and the ribbon. The deluxe option is always the best deal. You get a free surprise gift, and you get to pick a $50 celebration item. So you have until August 1st to email me at stampcampwithjen@gmail.com to sign up. I'm also doing a mini catalog launch party on on my website, stampcampwithjen.com. It will be July 26th through 31st. I will have crafts and prizes different days, so be sure to head over to my website to see the complete schedule and get all the details. And last but definitely not least, if you're looking for some Christmas inspiration, I have an in-person Christmas card buffet that I'm doing at the end of August. So if you're local to Summerfield, which is near the Villages in Florida, please reach out to me and join me for my Christmas card buffet. We will be joining together on August 28th from 1 to 4 at the VFW Post in Bellevue. So you have until August 7th to sign up for that. And again, all the details are on my website. If you're not local to Summerfield, but you would still like Christmas card inspiration, or for some reason you can't make it to my in-person event, then this Christmas card buffet to go option is for you. You have until August 15th to register. And the class includes a stamp set and enough supplies for you to make 4 different card designs, 2 of each card, plus you'll get all of the PDF tutorials for all of the cards that we make at our Christmas card buffet. So again, all the details are on my website. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime with questions or if you'd like to sign up. All right, so for today's video, I am going to show you how to make this double, what's it called? Like a double pocket fun fold using the Hand Pen Designer Series paper. I put some little tags in here. It says thanks from the hand penned stamp set, and then it's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated, and to know you're celebrated. So I actually made these for my top 3 customers last quarter. Each quarter I take the customers that spend the most money with me and I make them a special card and I give them a gift, a surprise gift. They don't know who they are until they receive their gift. So for the 3 that earned their spot this quarter, I made this card, and I actually got them the, what is this? Hand Pen Memories and More, what is it? Cards and envelopes. So this is their free gift that they got along with this card. So So it pays. I try to spoil my customers as much as possible, and especially the ones that spend a lot. I want to let them know that I really appreciate their business. I appreciate all of my customers, of course, but the ones that really support me even more, I try to kind of give them little prizes and treats to let them know how much I appreciate their support. All right, so I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's really, really simple. Some things to keep in mind. So when we're folding, whatever pattern you want to show on the outside, that pattern needs to be facing down. And I have an example here, and you'll kind of understand what I mean in a minute when we start folding. So this is the first one I did. It's kind of a mess, but I had this flower paper facing up, and that's actually what I wanted to be on the outside. But when you start folding, the back side comes up, and this is what is most of what you'll see, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted, excuse me, this paper to be down where the folds are. So, okay, so let's start again. So I'm actually going to keep this side facing up. So the design I want to show more than anything is this beautiful pattern here. So I am going to keep that face down, and I am going to cut at 8.5 by 11 here. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is how we want to do it. And actually it's easier to see your score marks this way. So on this side, we're going to go down to 5.5, and we're going to cut down to 4.25 right there. And I'm going to lift my trimmer up and pull my blade all the way down because I don't want to cut all the way. And then I'm just going to score up and down, and then we're going to rotate it on the 8.5 inch side and go over to 4.25 and score all the way down. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that, you guys. That's so ridiculous after I just said not to do it, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to fold and burnish here. All right, so now you want your cut mark to be on the left hand side. So we're going to take this bottom right hand corner, I'm going to try to move it so you can see, and we're just going to fold this up to meet the score line. And you can see my paper tore a little bit. Sometimes I use a little too much pressure. That's okay though. All right, so we're just going to score that. And then our top right corner here, we're actually going to get our ruler out. And this makes it a lot easier to see what we're marking on this side of the paper too. So we're going to mark 3 inches from the left, and then 3 inches down the left side as well here. And then we're going to score that. Oh goodness. All right. So right there, we're going to line up our, let me make sure you guys can see, we're lining up our pencil marks in the track, and we're just going to score. And then you don't even need to worry about erasing the pencil marks because it's going to be on the inside, so you won't even see it. All right. So now what we're going to do, we're going to glue these little flaps down. We're going to get our liquid glue. We're just going to put a light layer of liquid glue all over and fold that down, and do the same thing on the bottom flap here. Light layer of liquid glue all over. This glue is kind of funky. I don't know what's going on with that. That's okay. All right, so even pressure, smooth that glue out underneath the paper. So now we need to fold the left in, and then the bottom's going to come up, and then the back is going to curve around, just like that, okay? So what we want to do on this side, we want to put a little bit of glue on the side of the flap and the bottom, just to kind of keep that pocket closed. So I'm going to put just a little line down the side here and close that pocket. Okay, and then this one's going to come up. So we want to just, let's see, we just need a little bit on this little piece right here, because that's just going to close our pocket on the side right there. And actually, oops, I forgot. We need it on the inside of this part as well. So inside on both sides there, okay? So just kind of evenly press before you fold that over. You got to be careful to look out for any glue coming out the seam here though, because you don't want it to stick to your card when you go to open it. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and kind of press everything down. There we go. Okay, so now I'm actually going to have to cut a few things because I had this project ready to use with the purple, with that Highland Heather, but now we're going to be using this pale papaya. So I'm going to cut a few pieces here. So I need to cut a piece of paper to go over that pale papaya, and this is going to be, let's see, I have my paper at 4 by 5 1/4. Yep. So we're going to do 4 by 5 1/4. All right. So 4 by 5 1/4, and then I have a white, basic white piece that is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're just going to layer those on top of each other. And I'm just going to use seal, but use whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. I love all of the new ink colors, really. I was really surprised because at first, as a demonstrator, I get to see them online. We get like a PDF that we can see, and to see something online, it's really different than seeing it in person. So when I first saw these colors, I'll admit I was not crazy about them. But once I got them in my hands, I really like them a lot more. Seeing the different colors and how vibrant they are in person, it really makes a big difference. Okay, so this is where you're going to put your message if you want to your recipient. So that's inside, and then we're going to make a little decoration on the outside and little tags to put in these pockets. So I have a label. This is from the Tasteful Labels dies, and I am going to use, let's see, I have Garden Green, and I'm also going to use, I'm going to switch gears here, and use Blushing Bride and Pale Papaya. Now I need a piece of scrap paper because we're going to stamp off. We're going to stamp off our colors so that they're not quite so vibrant, and I'll show you why. So this is when I did full strength, when I was testing out this card, and to me this is just way too strong to match up with the paper here. So I am going to first stamp, and I'm just going to use my little scrap sheet here. We're going to get Memento ink, and we're going to stamp this beautiful flower cluster onto the front. And it's not going to completely cover the label, but that's okay. You want to kind of get most of it in there. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we're going to do, let's see, I guess for the big one we'll use Pale Papaya. So I have the little insert that goes in here, and I'll kind of show you on the scrap is very bright. That's probably too bright. And then if we do it stamped off. Oh, I don't know. This is a lighter color, so maybe I'll do this one full strength. You really just kind of pick and choose how you want it to go. I think because pale papaya is a little bit lighter, it'll be fine full strength. It'll match up with the paper really nicely. But for the leaves, I am going to stamp them off because garden green is really bright and really strong, and I don't want it to be that dark. So we're going to use our little leaf here and stamp him off, and then stamp right there. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp with the bigger leaf. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp off. Whoops. Do that again. Make sure you stamp all of it off before you stamp onto your image, or it's not going to come out right. You're going to have a section that's a lot darker than the rest of it, and you don't want that. Okay, so we got all our leaves. And then we're going to go to Blushing Bride. And we'll kind of play with this and see if we want it full strength or stamped off strength. Maybe, yeah, I think we'll do the stamped off because full strength is a little too bright for this one. And we'll just do it right over the top there. Perfect. All right, so now we're just gonna pop this right up on our card front right there with some dimensionals. Oops. And don't be afraid. I always tell people at my classes, do not be afraid to use dimensionals. Use as many dimensionals as you need. You don't want to worry about your project, any part of your project, like dipping down because you don't have enough support behind it. So use those dimensionals up. They are not super expensive, and you really want to get that full effect and have it lay flat popped up, okay? All right, so there's that. So now we're gonna make our tags. So for our tags, we're using, these are the tailor-made tags, and I'm using the biggest one out of this side here. They have like a little rounded scalloped one, but this one is more like a square with the ends cut off. That's the one I'm using. And then I need to die cut some of these because again, I had purple thinking I was gonna use the other paper before I messed it up. So I'm gonna die cut these little pieces that are gonna go on our tags. And then also I took this paper, this designer, so this little strip here, in my example, let me see if I can grab it here. So my example, I took that strip and I just put a little bit on the bottom there. So we could use either the dots or the flowers. I think either one would be really pretty actually. So either one you want to do. I don't know what I'm going to do for mine. Let me cut my little tag pieces real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so I have my two little pale papaya tag pieces, and I'm going to grab my silicone mat just to make it so my work surface is not a gummy mess. I always like to do that when I'm using some kind of small area where I have to glue. All right, and we'll just put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of these, and then line them up over our little tag opening here. Very nice. All right. So throughout the video, you may hear me say, oh, I can't believe I did that. Well, that's because I edited out a part where I accidentally cut the paper in the wrong direction, and so throughout the video you've seen me have to go cut different pieces and kind of switch gears because I ran out of that particular paper that I had prepped this video for. So that's why you may hear me say, oh, that was so silly, or why did I do that? It's because I edited out that part of the video, but I started this video off making a mistake. But I didn't want to confuse you guys, so I cut that part out of the video. All right, so now I'm just, this piece that's like a 1-inch piece that we trimmed off at the beginning of our project, I am just kind of laying it over my tag and getting an idea of how much space I need to cover the tag, and then I am going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the back. And this is just for decoration. You don't have to do this, but I thought it was kind of fun. Nice little touch, and then you use up some of that paper to kind of coordinate these tags with your card. Okay. Another one right here. And then I'm just going to trim the excess off the edges here. And I could have put the paper on before when I die cut it, so it was more clean looking, but I just didn't really think about doing that, and it would have been more difficult to line it up and cut it and everything, so I just did the easy way. And we're just trimming, and cute. Now we've got our little decorated tags, so now all we have to do is put sentiments on them and some string, and that's it. And this card will be done. Really easy, really special card. I think these would be great ways to thank anybody in your life. Okay, so we're gonna go back to our Memento Black, and first I am going to use the Thanks, which is also from the Hand Pen Petals stamp set. So we're going to do that on one, and we're just going to stamp it in the Tuxedo Black Memento ink right in the center here. And if you're worried about making a mistake on your tag, I would suggest maybe just putting your paper down without gluing it and stamping, and then you can always, if you make a mistake, die cut another tag and then put everything on there. Okay, oh, I still need my ink. And now this other sentiment we're using is from the Inspired Thought stamp set. And this one is a really great one. It has a bunch of sentiments that can be used throughout the year. It's got sympathy, Christmas, thinking of you, congratulations, really, really great set that can be used for any occasion. So we're using the one that says, it's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated, and to know you're celebrated. I thought that was perfect for my customers. We're just going to stamp that right in the center. Perfect. And now the last final flourish is we're going to use this black and white trim from the Playful Pets trim combo. And I'm just going to take a couple of inches, and I kind of eyeball it. It's probably 3 to 4 inches. And I'm going to snip a piece, and then leaving the ends together, I'm going to thread them through from the front to the back, and then put my fingers through the loop and pull it through. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the other tag. So again, a couple inches, just make a loop so you know about how long it's going to look, and then keep those ends together. Thread from the front to the back. Put your fingers through the loop and pull those ends through the top there. And that's it. And then you just put your tags in the front, and you're done. So here are the 2 variations. This was the first one that I did before the video with the purple. It's got thanks and the appreciated tags. I just love those. I should probably switch those up on this one too. The thanks in the front pocket. All right, so again, this is more of a purple with the Highland Heather, and then this one has the pale papaya, which is one of the in colors. I just really like this Playful Pets because the black and the white in the paper, it really kind of gives it some drama and makes it pop. And again, you just open the inside. You can put a sentiment on the inside, but I'm just going to leave them blank so they can reuse them if they want to give them to somebody else. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you need any of the supplies from today's project, please shop with me at stampinup.com. My name is Jennifer Roque. And don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, and hit that bell so you never miss a notification. And don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. I send a weekly newsletter every Friday morning. All right, guys. Well, until next time, be safe and happy stamping. Bye.